What would be your advice for women in this mostly male-dominated industry?
You know, I think whatever makes it harder for you in the beginning makes you stand out more in the end. So that it can be an asset that you are in the minority there. But it can make it can make it harder too. But it's, you know, there's definitely more like resources now than there were. And I think also there's a snag. If you are in the minority in something, and if you're in an underrepresented group, then there can be certain platforms for you as a part of that group where the bar of entry can be a little bit easier. And I would just say to take those opportunities, but also be careful of them and still push yourself to be in that opportunity that might be like harder and harder, because then as you get your feet, then you will actually just stand out more, and then that'll help you like leapfrog a little bit, you know?
How did you do that yourself? How did you find a place for you to stand out?
So what I did was I was like, I remember I remember being in New York and being like, okay, everyone's got TV credits. I have 100% zero credits, and these clubs are all full. So I interned for someone who worked at a comedy club, and he ran the new talent night, and I was going to try to get school credit for it. But I think maybe I did get a credit for it or something, but I would help him out, and then I would get stage time through that. And then I stopped doing that and was just doing like bar shows and open mics. And then I was like, okay, I wouldn't even know how to begin approaching getting some of these other opportunities. So I got a Live at Gotham, like this like cable access show. I did get on that, and I got on that because the guy I had worked for called me up and he's like, hey, do you want to come by and do this? It's a bringer show, but used to work for me. Just come on down. So I did that. And when I got the Live at Gotham thing, and people were like, you didn't have to bring anybody. And I was like, well, I actually worked for him for quite a long time. So I did do the equivalent of that. But when I got that, then I was like, okay, I want to get a college agent. So I started looking around, because you can't just call up a talent agency. They're not picking up the phone. College agencies are much smaller. So then it's like, okay, you want to have a college agency. How would you market yourself to that? So then I reached out to a college agent, and then he started submitting me to like NACAs and stuff. But to make myself stand out, I remember, you know, colleges really shine a light on what makes you stand out, because they're like, you better get to that quick so you can check off a certain box for colleges. I remember he was like, okay, you're gay and you're dyslexic, and will you dance like Ellen? And I was like, no. And he was like, you can come on. I was like, nope. And he was like, because I wasn't starting with being gay or dyslexic. He was like, got to work with me here. And I was like, okay, I'll give you no dancing like Ellen. I'll give you 2 gay jokes, 3 dyslexic jokes. And he was like, deal. So that was how I first did it for colleges. Because he was like, dyslexic, gay. You don't know what's going on. Gay, dyslexic, gay. It's like, that was really him. And I was like, okay, are you sure? I was like, I also was, you know, he's like, no one cares. He's like, gay, dyslexic. That's what your little ball of gay dyslexia. You know, that was what he was pushing for.
Don't put yourself in a box.
Don't
I'll
put
do
yourself
that
in a
for
box.
you.
Yeah. I did put those jokes together, actually. Yeah. For the college showcase. Yeah. And you know what? Hey, I got a lot of colleges that year, and then that allowed me to get other kind of manager who allowed me to get another kind of agent. And then I applied for those NACA showcases like 4 years after that. I never got in. That first year I got into tons, and I didn't even have the time. And then I applied like every year after that, and I didn't get into the same amount as that gay dyslexic year.
Wow.
I know. Weird.
Time to go back to your gay dyslexic year.
I know.